Last week, I canceled my ChatGPT subscription and I'm never going back. I was paying 20 bucks a month to talk to one AI model. So I built my own app that runs every top model, Llama, Qwen, GPT, side by side on my own machine for $0. And the part that genuinely shocked me, I built the whole thing in one sitting. And I'm gonna show you exactly how. Everyone in the comments is about to ask the same thing. Are free models actually any good? So let me show you the catch and the one $5 trick that makes it not matter.
Everybody's still learning to code. Me, I just talk, I say build it. And it builds it. The app, the agent, the tool. This used to take a team 6 months. Now, one sentence, I just learned the words. In 8 weeks, so will you. AI Builder Bootcamp, come build.
Alright, so for this build, we're going to be using Antigravity, specifically their IDE. So make sure to download it. It's completely free. You can go to Antigravity IDE, just search that in Google, and come here and just download that. The second prerequisite is going to be OpenRouter, and this is going to be where we will be feeding the free AI models that we can use into our OpenChat application that will be just like ChatGPT, but completely free. So go to openrouter.ai and then create an account and click Get API Key. Now, once you do that, you want to click New Key, and then over here you can name your key and then just click Create, and you're going to have an API key once you do that. Make sure to copy that key somewhere safe so that you can reference to it in the future. Now, once you have all that set up, create a folder called OpenChat and open that folder into Antigravity. This is what your Antigravity should look like when you open it. And you have multiple agents you can use. You can use Claude Code, you can use Codex, or you can even use Gemini, which is Google's model. And you guys can actually use this for free. Now, if you have a Claude Code subscription, I recommend using Claude Code. What we're going to do is open a Claude Code session here, and I'm just going to paste in this prompt right here. I will be leaving this prompt in the school, so if you guys want access to this prompt, you guys could get it over there. All right, so I'm just going to send this off, and this is basically going to create the code for creating our ChatGPT clone. All right, so while that's running, I'm going to let that keep running. But one thing it did create is a .env file. Here it created us an example one, and it even tells us that we need to put the key in. So here you can see that it's all just X's because we didn't put our key yet. So all we're going to do is grab the key that you created, the OpenRouter API key, and then we're going to paste it into here inside the .env file. Once you do that, make sure you do Control S or save the file to make sure that it stays in there. Also, make sure not to share that key with anyone because that is your connection to OpenRouter. So if people get a hold of that key and you do have credits on there, they could potentially use your credits. All right, as you can see, it just finished running the entire prompt. And I want to show you guys in OpenRouter the models that we can use for free that are actually really good. So the first one we're going to be using here is Meta Llama 3.370 Instruct Free. So this one's free. And for all of these, you can just go into search and search them up, but they are included in the prompt. Also, if there are issues with the connection to your models, what you can also do is go to the API tab right here. You can scroll down and you can literally just copy and paste everything on this page into your chat box and then ask the AI to set it up properly. This is the documentation on how to set up the API connection. So the next model is OpenAI's GPT-120B, which is also free. Then we're also using Google Gemma 431B, also free. Qwen 3 Next 80B A3B Instruct. So you guys can literally just search these up. And then the last one is from NVIDIA Nemotron 3 Super, which is free. So all of these are completely free, all from different service providers. so that we actually have variation. All right, so now I'm literally just gonna say run it for me. And with this specific prompt, it actually creates a desktop app for us as well, so that it's not just on the web, but we can open it as an actual app. All right, so it literally just finished running, and now as you can see, we actually have a local desktop app created right here, just like ChatGPT, but connected to OpenRouter with all our free models right here. So let's just test it out. We can write in the chat here. We can create new chats and then see all our combos on the left. So let's just test GPT-OSS 120B from OpenAI. So this is kind of like using ChatGPT. So if I write here, what is an AI agent? And then I click send. Well, as you can see, it's using the AI to answer my question, but completely for free, unlike ChatGPT, where you do have to pay a monthly fee. So you can see it's generating our answer right here, and it does go quite in depth. So you can see that the quality of this model is actually pretty good as well. This is definitely comparable to ChatGPT's flagship models if you're just doing everyday tasks. But remember, it's absolutely free. So we got this super in-depth answer right here. So let's try a new chat, and then let's maybe try Google's Gemma model, and we'll ask the same question and see what it gives us. So I'm just gonna send that off right there, and let's see what Gemma can do. So depending on the models, sometimes some are slower than others, so you can play around with those to see which one is the best for your specific use case. But as you can see, it's providing us a very detailed answer right here, and remember, completely free. So we got our answer here, a bit less information than what we got from the ChatGPT OpenAI one, but as you can see, still a really good answer, and it still went quite in depth. Now, this is good and all if you're on your local desktop and you just use it here all the time, but what if you want to use it on your phone or on different devices? Well, then you're gonna need to host this live. And now I'm gonna show you guys how you can host this live so that you can use this instead of ChatGPT for free anywhere you are, anytime. All right, so let's get into that. So what I'm gonna do here now, guys, is I'm gonna use the terminal instead of the little chat over here. So I'm gonna click on terminal up here, and I'm gonna click new terminal. Now I'm just gonna close all these other ones I had open, and I'm gonna make this maximum size. So if you download the Claude CLI, Claude Code, you can open it in your terminal. So I'm just gonna do that. All you gotta do is write Claude, and yes, I trust this folder. And as you can see, now we have Claude open in our terminal. So how do we put this project live? So first, let's run it on localhost so that we can see it in the browser. All right, and we're gonna need two things to put this live. So we're gonna need something called GitHub, and just make sure to create a GitHub account and log in. And we're gonna need something called Vercel. So once again, make a Vercel account and then just log in. Now don't worry too much about setting them up inside of here, because what we're going to be doing is using MCPs to connect these services to our Claude Code so that Claude Code can do it all for us. So to do that, we'll have to look up for the MCP server documentation. So if I search GitHub MCP on Google right here, as you can see, GitHub has their own MCP server. And if you scroll down over here, they have the install instructions. And if we go to Claude Code, then here we can see install GitHub MCP server in Claude applications. So to do this, we're going to need to run this in our terminal. And to run this in our terminal, we're also going to have to add our GitHub PAT over here, which means our GitHub personal access token. And if you open that, you're going to be able to sign into your GitHub and get your personal access token. So as you can see here, it asks you for a token name, description, expiration date, public, all repositories. We're going to do all so that it has access to everything. and expiry, I'm going to put no expiry. And for token name, I'm just going to write Claude. So now I'm just going to click generate token and click generate. So once you got your token, you want to copy this into your terminal. So we'll go back to our terminal right here, and it did start it on our local host, which we'll check later, but we'll click on new terminal, and in PowerShell here, just paste this in. And remember, change this part right here with the token you just created. All right, so once you did that, now we'll do the Vercel MCP. So if we search Vercel MCP, you can see use Vercel's MCP server right here, and this is the documentation right here. So if we scroll down, it tells us the setup, and then right here it says for Claude Code, this is the setup right over here. So we can just copy this and paste that straight into Claude Code and let it handle everything. We're also going to need to authenticate in the MCP list once we do that. All right, so I'm just gonna copy this code right here, and I'm just gonna dump it in my terminal and say, add this MCP to this project only, but you guys could do it globally, but I only want this Vercel set up specifically with this project. So I'm gonna send that off, and it's going to set up the MCP connection, and it said it added the Vercel MCP. So to be able to see your MCPs connected, you're gonna have to start a new terminal session. So let's just close this one and open a new one and write Claude. So now what you can do is you can write /MCP, and over here you can see that since I wanted it to be local, this is my local ones, and then I have a bunch of other connections right here. But our GitHub right here, it's connected, 43 tools, and then the Vercel, as you can see, needs authentication. So if we go and we click on that, we can click Authenticate, and this will open a browser and help you log in. All right, so make sure to click on your project, pick all projects, and then all you want to do is leave all the perms and click Allow. Authentication is successful, so now all we got to do is go back into Antigravity, and we're gonna have to start a new session again. So a new terminal, I'm gonna write Claude to open Claude, and then I'm gonna say I want to upload. So I'm just gonna say I want to push this to a new GitHub repo and put live on Vercel. So there we go. I'm gonna let that run. So we can preview our dev server on localhost 3010. So if I go to that localhost right here, you can see we have it all set up, the exact same app right here. Now localhost means it's running only on your machine. So once we get this pushed to GitHub and we get a live Vercel link, then I'll show you guys we can put that link in the URL tab, and we're gonna be able to access it from anywhere. All right, perfect. So it just finished running, and as you can see, it says it's live, and here's our live URL. So you guys didn't even have to open GitHub or Vercel. Back in the day, you had to do all the backend, but now with the MCPs, it literally does it all for you. So let's just take the URL right here, and if we open a new tab and we go to the URL, now this URL you guys can even go ahead and check it out, and you guys can use the app I just created and test out these models for yourself. So there you go. This is how you put a ChatGPT clone live for yourself that's absolutely free. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did learn something new, please leave a like and a subscribe. But either way guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and see y'all in the next one. Peace!